Alright, we are getting set up. This is gonna go great. Gonna have a good stream. Hello to everybody out there in the universe today. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Hope you're ready for another episode of Tau Test Kitchen. We moved out of the hospital and into the fires of Kitchen Stadium, which also happened to be my hobby desk. But we can call it the fires of Kitchen Stadium, because that makes it sound like Iron Chef and not just me painting a fuckload of towel. I did throw my phone down on my desk by accident. We only had one casualty, but before we begin, we will need to once again repair a towel, which honestly just kind of is par for the course for how things go. So we'll repair him, and then we can get on with painting what I believe is all of the Fire Warriors. I am confident-ish that I grabbed all of them. Ish. So tonight, the base coating can begin. Theoretically, again. We gotta see if that is actually what happens. Should be. I've got my base coating colors. I've got all of my stuff here. I'm just letting my Discord server know that I am streaming. I'm sure friends of the hobby will be along shortly. But I'm going to just make a general announcement to everybody that I am in fact doing a stream. If you are new here, hello, happy to have you. I am going to be posting a link to the Discord, so you can join us there if you would like. Our little hobby community is growing, which is exciting. I love seeing it get bigger. I love seeing new faces. I love seeing old faces. So yeah, we'll see who shows up today. Hello, Guerrero London. You're new. I've never seen you before. I was just talking about new people joining us. How pleasant that the first person who shows up is new. How are you doing? What's on your hobby desk tonight or today? I think it's pretty late in London. I'm guessing that's just a last name and not your actual location. But if it is, what are you doing awake? If you're just in a regular old boring US time zone the way that I am, what you painting? What you working on? Thanks for joining us. I'm doing a classic fix up the model that I broke 3 seconds before I sat down to paint. So we're getting him all put back together, because he literally lost his head, and the little doohickey that the Tau have on their helmets. That's the very technical correct term for it. But I'll glue that back on, and then he'll be ready to join all of his friends to get painted up. We have 2 Tau that don't have helmets that I really wish did have helmets, because I like my army to look uniform. But they were from a former army and someone built them without helmets. So we're going to keep it that way, and we are going to paint them up without helmets. So I have to decide on a flesh color and whether I'm going to do that the classic Tau blue or not. Yeah! Our primed little key lime pies, they're ready for the painting. I am ready for the painting. I had kind of a rough afternoon today, so I am hoping to just get some good, relaxing hobby hours in. That's really what I hope to do, and I was very excited that I wouldn't have to repair a Tau, but of course one broke. Ooh, okay, Dungeons and Lasers. A lot of people seem to be getting that in. I think that's a popular one that's begun its delivery phase for a lot of people. I'm glad you got your Kickstarter. So many things are promoted on Kickstarter nowadays, and sometimes I just want them to be products already so I can just purchase them. Like, I like tarot cards. I have quite a few tarot cards. Maybe we'll do some tarot readings if I get bored of repairing Tau. But I saw a promotional for a tarot card set today, and I was like, oh, that looks very beautiful. I would like to own that set of tarot cards. And then it was a Kickstarter for making a set of tarot cards, and I was like, I've already backed a Kickstarter for making a set of tarot cards. Maybe I will just wait and see if these ones actually get made, rather than back them. And I don't really know what that says about me, that I was willing to purchase them if they already existed, but since they only exist in theory, I said, nope, not today. Maybe I'm just not hopeful about it. Oh, you have a Necromunda finale game. That's exciting. I need to base my Necromunda guys. I really do. I want to get them, I want to start working on them. And I have bases for them. So, like, if I get frustrated painting and one of you guys from the start is still here at the end, please remind me that I have Necromunda stuff that I can just glue to bases. Because I should do that. So that those guys can be... Excuse me. So that those guys can be ready to go. But we are going to be doing something, I mean, it's pretty boring. I'm going to be honest with you. The color that we're painting as a base coat is, it's Kislev flesh. This is what the basis for the pie crust on all of the Tau is going to be. So basically this is going to be like a 2 to 3 hour stream of me painting tan on various parts of all of these Tau. I don't think it's going to be very fascinating. I am glad that you guys are here with me, so I don't lose my mind with boredom. You think I'm just cursed with Tau? How am I cursed? I'm not cursed. Listen, I know we've lost a foot for a Tau here or there, but they've come together in the end. We've gotten them together in the end. No one's died. This isn't like the Blair Witch Project Tau edition. I'm not saying that it's been perfect, but all of the Tau have come together. The only ones I haven't primed up are the drones, and that's fair, because there's like a million of them. And we'll get to them. We'll get there. We will make it to that part of the project. We're just not there today. Mainly because I don't quite know how I want to try and, if I'm going to try and prime them with the flight stands, if I'm just going to try and buy new flight stands, like I haven't really figured out how I want to do that, so that's why they're just the way that they are. Ooh, the outlaws are fleeing justice and going into Hive Bottom or the Ash Waste. Well, if they go into the Ash Waste, GMJ, they can meet my little guys. They can meet my warband that I swear I will build and paint up. I'm very excited about Necromunda. I want to learn how to play. I want to try it. I just have to get my guys all put together. And I think I am probably going to do them either melting banana split themed, like I had an idea there, or I will simply paint them as though they are done with a Neopets candy paintbrush, as the results of my community poll urged and encouraged me to do. Which is a great idea. GMJ says, is it going to be uniform? Why not just use a spray can? That's a wonderful question. The answer is because I have a pot of Kislev flesh paint. I do not have Kislev flesh as a spray can color. Also, frankly, I'll be honest with you, and I know this is going to make some people who speed paint, like, just die a little bit inside, but I like painting by hand. I enjoy it, so I want to get as much enjoyment out of the process as I can. Lord knows I spent more money than I necessarily needed to on these miniatures, just because they were a good deal and I wanted them, which are, you know, they're good enough reasons to buy a miniature. But I definitely want to make sure I get the enjoyment that I want to get out of them. So, yeah. That's why. It's gonna be all the cloth, I think, and the guns on this guy that will be the pie crust color. We'll have to decide on a Tau flesh color, whether that is a different shade of green, the classic blue, maybe a yellow, or an orange. But we'll figure that out. I think this is like a sleeve. It looks fabric-y. I'm gonna say it's a sleeve. And if I'm wrong, that's also fine. I decided it was a sleeve in this moment in time, and I can change that opinion later if I want to. You don't have to be entertaining. You just usually are. Blessed with Tau. I like that much better. I don't know what the word xenosophilic means, so I can't answer that question, GMJ. You're gonna need to break that big-ass vocab word down into, something that I can understand, and then I'll get back at you. Yeah, I like painting by hand. My back doesn't always like when I paint by hand, but, you know, what can you do? I also find it easier to make changes when I paint by hand, because if I do something that I don't like, I can just correct it on the first model as opposed to spraying all of them, going, no, I don't really like that, and then having to spray all of them again. And I understand that I could just spray one individually, but if I have the spray paint out and all of them are in front of me, odds are I'm going to get all of them at once. So, you know. There's advantages and disadvantages to each, but time is really something that I have quite a lot of. I'm not painting these for a competition. I am not painting these for a tournament. There is no deadline for me on these Tau, so I have all the luxuries of time, which is why I'm opting to hand paint. Yup. Oh, Alien Lovin'? Yeah, sure. That's fine. We could definitely join that. They'd be happy to meet your cult. They might not want to actually join the cult. They might kind of want to do their own thing with bugs out in the wastes, but so far they don't have bugs yet. I'm trying to think of all the stuff that I've learned about Warhammer since last I talked with you guys, since last I streamed. I've learned a lot more about Khorne and Angron than I knew before. And the World Eaters. Poppy on our Discord server has been kind enough to educate me about these things, and honestly guys, I move closer and closer every day to not buying a Khorne army, despite how much I would like to buy a Khorne army. Also, shout out to OrcDoc, who did in fact make good on their word to buy me a Play-Doh Fun Factory to test putting green stuff through to make into strands of pasta to do a spaghetti and meatballs themed army. That is supposed to be arriving on Thursday. Sometimes when I dare you guys to do things, you do actually do them. I don't know how I feel about that. I said y'all had to pay to get me to do impressions of Gilbert Gottfried, and like, my Ko-fi blew up a couple minutes later with requests for the litany of fear in the voice of Gilbert Gottfried. So I did that. I said, oh, well, in order to make this army, I need something like some kind of strand maker. And someone was like, how about I buy you a Play-Doh Fun Factory? I was like, LOL, sure, I'll do it if you buy it. That's arriving Thursday. I don't exactly understand how the internet works with stuff like that, but y'all a powerful force to be reckoned with already. You will see some spaghetti projects. You will see it. I promise. I intend to make a video about it. I do need to purchase the miniature that I plan to spaghettify. I think that might actually be the first thing I ever withdraw Patreon money to purchase. So far, every dollar that people have paid to me on Patreon, I have just left sitting in the Patreon account because I wanted to buy a better camera for you guys, because I feel like that's the upgrade that most people would benefit from, and probably something that everybody wants to see. However, withdrawing about, I don't know, like $30-40 to buy a model to Spaghettify, when so many of my patrons and the people on my Discord server have requested that happen, I feel like that's probably a reasonable exception to that rule. Maybe I'll put a poll up on my Patreon to see if my patrons agree, but I'm probably gonna do it. So, yeah, I'm not, I would say I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 85% sure. That way I don't really have to delay too much in getting that, and I can make that video happen. I'm not sure if I can make it happen the end of this month, depending on when I'm actually able to acquire all the materials, but it should be an August video, if nothing else. It honestly just depends on when stuff comes in the mail, and then when I am able to get the model and get that built and assembled. So, but it's definitely going to happen. I hope that isn't too long to wait. I don't like to keep people waiting for stuff that I've promised them, particularly when they have given me money to complete the stuff. OrcDoc, it is not going to be a Nurgle Mini. I am sorry. I understand that you put forth the funding for the Play-Doh Fun Factory. However, this is not a supportive Nurgle space, so I will not be painting a Nurgle miniature on this channel. At least not until I am paid ridiculous amounts of money to do so. I just don't like Nurgle. They're creepy. They're gross. I don't like them. They are gross boys. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Why would you ask me to do that? That's gross. No. 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 It will be a model from a line that I have never painted before, though. So it will not be an orc, it will not be a goblin, it will not be Tau. It will not be a Soulblight Gravelord, it will not be an Adeptus Mechanicus. Alright, GMJ, have fun with Necromunda. Please tell me how your game goes. I want to know what happens in the finale episode. Post about that in the Discord. See you there. You do that, Owen. You reference all of the spaghetti memes from ancient times that you would like. Spaghetti Timber. How many armies are there in Warhammer? I think there's at least 28. So by process of elimination, we could go through them. But then again, you don't know if this is an Age of Sigmar or a Warhammer 40k project. I can make you guys guess, though. I can put up a poll. You can guess. Let's see. If the majority guesses right, I'll confirm. Or maybe I won't. Well, you know what? I will tell you which one it's from, but you guys, I want to know if you guys are right or are you guys wrong. So, vote for whether you think it's 40k or Age of Sigmar. Some of you might already know. I've talked about it before. Oh, someone voted for 40k? Okay, cool. Us. Cam's confident. Z knows what Z's talking about. Z's like, I know. I've got a good idea. You updated your Discord profile with neopronouns, which is super dope, and I haven't gotten the opportunity to use them yet, so I'm very excited. Don't think I don't notice these things. Pride Month is frankly every month. I'm quite happy about it. I was like, what am I forgetting to paint on this towel? The motherfucking gun. Yeah, Cam, you should read this book that I read. I mean, you don't have to read this book that I read, but people tend to do the things, that, like, you know, they're like, oh, there was a character that is the same identity as you. You should read it. But, I learned how to use neopronouns effortlessly from reading this book just because there is a character named Salvador in it who uses them. And it's a really good book. It's very angry and bloody, which is fun. But if you haven't read Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White, give it a try. It's very good. I quite liked it. It made me feel a lot of emotions, that I probably needed to feel. So yeah, it's a good recommendation, and if you need to borrow a copy, let me know. Phoenix, hello! You saw the Circus of Goblins! Excellent! Excellent. Ah, good. I hope that it helped people feel welcome. That was honestly the goal of it so much, and I hope that was communicated very well in the videos. But yes, the hobby needs people from every background, every culture, and every identity, because that just makes it a better hobby for people to be in. And it is not enough to just you know, kind of like put it out there that we want other people. I want to make these people feel welcome and know that they are welcome here with me, and that there is an army of clowns to back them up, as well as me. I will back you up. I'm not very good at playing Warhammer, but I am very good at being like, if someone is mean to you at Warhammer, I will not stand for that. No one will be mean to you at Warhammer if I am around. Unicycle war bikers! Phoenix, that's a freaking great idea. I'm reposting a link to the Discord. If you want to join us on Discord, on my Discord server, please post that. If you ever make them, I would love to see them. So much. So very much. Alright, I'm gonna end this poll. We got 4 votes. That's enough of a consensus for me. If you guessed 40k, you are correct. The army that I will be spaghettifying is a 40k army. So, 1 of you is wrong, and 3 of you are right. I can't see who voted what, but if you got it wrong, you know who you are. You failed the pop quiz, but that's okay. There are no grades in this class. I would be a shit teacher anyway. Look at me taking paint straight from the pot and not thinning a damn paint. Anyway, Phoenix, I'm glad that it inspired you to make something clown related. So many of the videos in this in the playlist for it, and if you haven't checked out the whole playlist of all the different creators that participated, I highly encourage you to do so, if for no other reason than they were like, LGBTQ plus people are cool and need to be accepted, so we're doing this collab. Also clowns for some reason, which is great. So many of those videos are, I hate clowns, clowns are scary, I don't like clowns, I'm not confident about painting clowns. However, Fiverr has asked me to paint a clown, therefore I am going to do so. I never realized the influence that I had over friends would be clown related. Like, I'm not mad about it, but it is the definition of, like, weird flex, but okay. Clowns are fun, and by fun, I mean absolutely terrifying. Am I the only person on this earth not terrified of clowns? Listen, when those clowns come, They're crawling up from the sewers, coming down from spaceships, whatever the fuck it is they're doing, I'll bash them in the head. I don't care. Clown's weak spot is its little red nose. Can we vote on armies now? Cameron, that's so many armies. That's so many armies. You've got to be kidding me. I can't enter all of those in a poll. I don't think I'll be able to put in 28 options. You want to run a speed wah, which is like 58 bikes. Oh, yeah, you're going to need bikes. That's going to be a lot of bikes. 40k orcs are the best. They certainly are. They were my first army. I've still never bought myself Deffkoptas, but I really want to get Deffkoptas at some point. I feel like they're just the coolest models, and I really want some. Because I technically don't have 2,000 points of orcs. I have a very shitty, like, I want to say, like, 1,500 points. Because it was me buying my first army, so I literally just bought whatever I thought looked fucking sweet as hell. But at the time, they only had the metal Deffkopta kit, so I never bought it. But I lost my enthusiasm for 40k Orcs and Goblins when the Beast Snagga Boys came out, because I just didn't like the redesign. So I haven't really bought any more of them since. I will eventually purchase some of those and get some Deffkoptas. No, I won't buy any Beast Snagga Boys because I don't like them, but I just feel like I don't need fur on my orcs, if that makes sense. Is the spaghetti army gonna be spaghetti western theme? It's spaghetti might. It's spaghetti might. I don't really think that's a phrase that makes sense when I say it, but you can't take back the things that you say live on stream, so that sure is out there in the world. That sure is out there. What is a fuzzy orc besides a Muppet? No, don't quote me on that, Owen. That's not fair. You don't play orcs, but you totally want to get a Squigosaur Rider just to paint. Yeah. You have the Stompa. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, that one looked hard to assemble. I think I watched Midwinter Mini's video about that. Well, thank you for popping in to say that, Phoenix. You're more than welcome to stick around, but if you got other stuff to do, you run off and do it. You stopping by to say that sure does mean a hell of a lot to me. I appreciate anybody letting me know, whether it's jumping into a stream, leaving a comment, anything like that. I do read all of the comments. Like, I know every YouTuber says that they read all of the comments, but I am small. I am literally reading all of the comments, and they mean a lot to me. So thank you, and thank you for stopping by. It honestly means a lot, and I'm very excited about your unicycle orcs. I cannot wait. Those are gonna be so cool. Okay, awesome. Yep. Well, you're in the Discord now. I'll send you a greeting when the stream is over. But I can't wait to see your unicycle lads. That's very exciting. So I will be watching with interest. Shark Squigs are cool. I do love the Shark Squigs. Those were a good addition. I feel like 40k was missing the amount of squigs that like Age of Sigmar has, so I was glad to see more squigs get added. I literally have a tattoo of a squig because I was telling my friend about the squigs, and he was like, yeah, no, those things are stupid, and they would just face plant, their anatomy doesn't work. So I have this tattoo of a squig that he drew face planting, because he said they were dumb, and he made a shitty drawing of it, and I like that shitty drawing so much that I got it tattooed on my arm. Yeah. It makes me smile every day when I see it, so I think that's a good reason to get a tattoo. I saw a YouTube video recommendation today, something along the lines of like, why are shittily drawn tattoos gaining popularity? And I wanted to click on it and watch it, but I was like, if they say anything shitty about my tattoo, like even just like the style of tattoo, by proxy, then I'm gonna be pissed about it. And I was like, you don't need that kind of frustration in your life, Fives. Maybe don't watch that video. And I was like, you know what, Fives? That's a great idea. So I didn't watch that video. Squigs are great. Yeah, I love squigs. I've painted my fair share of squigs. I promise you. This might not be a Nurgle positive space, but it is absolutely a squig positive space. I do have some exciting news. There's talk in the works of me and another YouTuber doing a joint stream. Don't know how y'all feel about that, but that's been talked about. So you might see me with another person to play off of. Another LGBTQ plus hobbyist. Us joining forces to stream a little bit of random hobby painting and good vibes at you. So stay tuned for that. You're gonna guess Custodes for a spaghetti western themed army. Custodes is incorrect. Unfortunately, Custodes are not the army that I plan to spaghettify. Good guess, though. Good guess. I mean, people say good guess. I don't know how to judge whether or not a guess is good. I'm gonna say it's a good guess simply because I've looked at Custodes and been like, yeah, that's a cool army before. Henry Cavill paints Custodes. And he's the Witcher, so he must know something about something. Right? That tracks. I mean, personally, my favorite celebrity who got into miniature painting is Rahul Kohli. Just because I've seen him in stuff. And, I mean, I should have seen Henry Cavill and stuff, but all I've seen him in is The Witcher. I know he was in Superman, but I didn't watch Superman. Oh, and if you created a Nurgle squig, you would be defying the laws of God, nature, everything that is holy. I think you should maybe take a page out of old Victor Frankenstein's book, you know? Maybe don't create the new Prometheus. It might be super depressed and not work out so well. Have you thought about that? Yeah, I mean, obviously go wherever your creative passions take you. However, they are taking you in a horrifying direction, and you should think about your choices. I'm never gonna say that people should not make things, because that's rude, and a lot of people would probably say, hey, don't make that squig into a clown. Just know that there may be some psychological effects that you're not intending for there to be if you create a squig Nurgle hybrid. You hope AOS get a new book this year. Oh, you'll do a Squigs and Trolls army if they do? That'd be so cool. Honestly, I want to paint a troll. I have a troll for Blood Bowl that I bought to paint from my Blood Bowl coach, but I didn't feel enthusiastic about it when I started painting it. So I don't know that I'll ever finish painting it, which is great because my Blood Bowl coach was like, I want to paint a troll again. So I think I'm going to sell him back his troll, completing the circle of neither of us have painted this troll. It's the circle of trolls. No! No squirglings! Oh my god. You guys are creating cursed things on a Tuesday evening. Why? This is not... No! This is... Why would you create such a cursed creature? I don't understand. What have you done? Owen, see how I literally said there would be unintended consequences for your actions? These are the consequences that we are facing right now. This is a live demonstration of what happens when you say things like, I'm gonna combine a squig and a nurgling. This is what we get. I don't know that a demonette squig is worse, because I kind of want to see a squig with crab claws for feet. Like, I'd be down for that. I don't think you should randomly give a squig boobs, because that would be really weird. But I'd be down for a crab claw footed squig. I think that would be interesting or funny. Karma hits like a truck. Yeah, all I can say is it sure fucking does. It sure does. Why are you saying these things? I'm not reading any of this. Y'all know. Oh no. This isn't good. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm gonna cancel you. I'm gonna cancel everybody in my chat. Y'all are canceled now. Owen especially for coming up with the fucking, like, scientific conditions, the petri dish of suggestion that brought this horror into the world. This is your fault. I'm so sorry, but look what you've done. Don't ask that, Orc Doc. Do not ask that question. Do not ask it. I don't think we need to know. I don't think this is knowledge that was meant to happen. You know, everybody's like, the Imperium of Man is a bunch of fascist butts, and they are. Like, that's objectively true. And, you know, you probably shouldn't exterminate a whole planet. If that whole planet starts creating squigs with boobs and nurgle squigs and just out of control shit like that, I mean, sometimes fire can be cleansing. That might be one where we just kind of look the other way as it burns, because I don't think a creature like that is meant to survive. Listen, does swearing have any impact anymore? Does it truly affect, I mean, like, above the age of 7? I'm trying to remember when I first started swearing, but I don't remember. At some point, all curse words lost their impact. And then I met a bunch of lads from Ireland, and curse words especially lost their impact. I will drop as many F-bombs as I can, because I'm an adult, and I can swear if I want to. I can leave my swears behind. All that other cheesy shit, I don't remember how the rest of the song goes, but you know what I'm referencing. You know. For some reason, that song always reminds me of Shaun of the Dead, and I could not tell you why. Maybe it's in Shaun of the... I don't think they use it in Shaun of the Dead. Maybe they do. I don't think that they do, though. Squigs, find a way. We don't need to bring Jeff Goldblum into this either. I think we'll be okay without that. Because we don't need a Jurassic Park where everything is the same, except the Velociraptor is replaced by a squig who grew a boob. Like, no, we're not doing that. Also, we're not taking that quote out of context. By watching this stream, you have entered into that contract with me, and you are agreeing to not take that quote out of context. And if you do take that quote out of context, I will be sad. I'll be sad. You don't want to make me sad. Well, someone with better math skills than me could count up all the Tau that I have to paint. But it's probably hard to see them all on stream, so I'm gonna have to do it. But, okay. Blue Scream? Is that how I say your name? That is the first fucking comment you have ever made on this chat, on this channel. Hello. Hi. Are you a prophet of doom? Because why the hell would your introduction be to curse my gravestone with that shit? I'm so delighted you're here, but why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? Clearly you fit right in with everybody else in the chat, and probably on the Discord if you haven't joined us there. Link above. I will also paste the link again, because that is honestly so unhinged. It belongs with the rest of us. I'm appalled, but I'm also in admiration for how cuttingly haunting that is. That is... I can't quantify... I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. All I can say is, Blue Scream, I hope you are not in charge of my tombstone. I really, truly hope that. Jeff Goldblum is the classic Cronenberg horror. Oh, Jeff Goldblum in the classic Cronenberg horror. The Squeak. I've watched a couple of Cronenberg films. I watched The Brood, I think it was. That was a Cronenberg. I did not like it. The effects, yeah, they were cool. The whole rest of the movie, no, it was not. This is the 5th Tau. I don't want it to be this Tau. There's one that looks like he forgot how to load his gun. And that's the one that I need to be me. Where'd he go? Is it you? There's one that looks so dumb. He's just a big old dummy. Yeah, this is him. Like, he's staring at the magazine, and his gun's held like this, but he clearly does not know how to put the magazine in the gun. This is my favorite of all the Fire Warriors, and I didn't even build this one. This was one that I think somebody else just built, and I just glued to the base. But this is a Tau with anxiety, who is not confident about what he has to do. So he's my favorite. Don't worry, he's gonna grow up to be a very powerful Tau. He's gonna lead squadrons. Or fires, or whatever. Cadres, maybe it is? Caters? I don't know how you pronounce the fucking units. I'm not a... For as many war games as I play, I don't know jack shit about the actual military. Tomb maintenance sounds like a rough job. Hey, somebody's gotta do it. Dumbass Tau, best Tau. He slept in and missed basic training. Yeah, something like that. So by pure happenstance, these Tau happen to have been given, like, one of them came with the name Commander Bojangles. That's just what Tyler said his name was, and it was too good a name for me to even think about renaming him. And then we named the ghost keel that I have fully painted. Someone suggested Blasto for a name, which was perfect. I fucking love it. And then somebody else said to name someone Captain Butterscotch, which, again, just a banger of a name. So all of the Tau are now going to have names that start with B. Because I always have a naming convention for my army, but usually it's like they're all named after poisonous plants, or they're all named after dessert. This time it will be all of them have names that start with the letter B and are kind of dumb. So if you have name suggestions, I don't think this Tau has Captain Butterscotch energy, but he is a dummy, and I love him, so we gotta think of a good name for him. I will eventually be painting their names likely on the underside of their bases. I just feel like that adds something to an army. All of my orcs have their names written on their base rims, and people really like it because they're all food names, so they quite enjoy seeing, they're like, oh man, that one's Parfait that I just killed, and I'm like, yep, sure is. So maybe I'll put these ones' names on their base rims as well, but I haven't decided yet. Butterfingers! Oh, that's perfect, Owen! That's so good! Yes! Butterfingers! I love it! Yes, 100%. That's great. Aw, good call. Good call. This is Butterfingers. A+. A+. Of course you don't have to be useful to be valued on this stream. Let me just put it out there like that. So, like, even if you weren't useful, I'd still want you here, and you're still a great addition to our little community. But in this specific instance, yes, absolutely you were useful because that was a banger of a suggestion. All of you guys, honestly really help. I live alone, so sometimes I need social interaction, but don't want to actually leave my house. And I don't have, like, roommates or a significant other or anything like that. So it's nice to just be able to hang out on stream with some cool folks. Like, I notice who's new. I know who my regulars are. It's just honestly nice having a little community. I never quite had that before. I think it's normal not to have that when you're not, you know, streaming for an online platform. But now that I do have it, I like it. As we used to say, mood. Do people not say mood anymore? Am I old? Because I still say mood. I still say mood. I say that's a vibe. Sometimes I say rad. I have cut out saying swag. I used to say swag, ironically, and then I couldn't stop saying it, long after it had become the fashion. And, it took years, way past when it should have gone out of fashion, to cut that out of my vocabulary. I'll be honest with you, I had to have someone explain to me the whole based thing, when people were like, that's based. I didn't get pog for a little while, but I get pog now, and poggers. Sometimes I'm old. We don't say that? I still say that? Okay, maybe we do. No cap is one that I only kind of understand, similar to bussin'. Like, I kind of get it, but I would not trust myself to use it in context. I just feel like Creed from that episode of The Office, where we're talking about parlay as pirate code, and he goes, I understand it, but I can't speak it. That's how I feel about new slang sometimes. Oh, and you gotta be on the TikTok. You gotta keep up with the kids. Don't make me define these words. I won't do well at it. People will laugh at me for being wrong, and then it'll be on the internet forever. No cap equals honestly. TikTok can be fun, but yeah, I understand. It can be a lot. It can definitely be a lot. I just think, before anyone makes a judgment about an entire social media platform, they should honestly attempt to use that platform to see what it is actually like for them. Because, like, it is quick to dismiss TikTok as just a bunch of teenagers doing dances or stuff like that. But there's been a lot of nice, helpful, cool kind of stuff on there. Like, one of the things I just love is some people run their TikTok accounts as though they are shopkeepers in a D&D world. So they have their own little, like, fake shop, and they tell stories about, like, who comes through, or the food that they make there, or the little objects that they sell. And that's just charming. It's just cute. It brightens my day. However, there are also people who are like, this is political content 100% of the time, which is a lot when there's not like a great filter system on TikTok if you're just kind of scrolling through your dash. Also a lot of great cat videos. So many great cat videos. That's fair, Owen. I'm glad that you gave it a chance. That's what's important, I think. I forgot to paint Butterfinger's little ammo cap. Ammo cartridge? What's the fucking thing that you put into a gun? Somebody here knows shit about guns, and it ain't me. Magazine! That's what it is. I think that's a magazine that you're holding, buddy. We gotta get that painted up for you, sir. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what bussin' means. I think it's like... I don't know. Someone can explain it. I think I've heard it both in a genuine and an ironic way, but I don't know which one is correct. I also don't know if my understanding of it is correct. So, I should probably Urban Dictionary that one for myself. Magazine, clip, cartridge or magazine, or clip, or a number of things, but it's more likely a charge pack, given that it's 40K. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think some of these are... I don't know, some of these seem simpler as models than others. So I don't know if I just have some old Fire Warriors or if they're a different kind of Tau. I think they're just older models. Because I have like the newer, maybe some of them are Pathfinders and some of them are Fire Warriors. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm gonna have to know if I'm gonna run these guys as a thing. Or I'll just say they're all Fire Warriors. No one's gonna fucking care. That is a little bit of the problem with having bought a used army is I am pretty sure that some of these models are things. However, some of them are significantly older. They're from a previous edition, so... But, I mean, it does mean all of my commanders and, what are they? Battle suits or something? Crisis suits? They all look really cool, because they're all, like, kit bashed from different parts. Yeah, it was a generational army. This army has, changed for at least... It's been through at least 3 hands. Probably more. I think it's like 2 parts. Like the army that Tyler sold me, I think he got it in 2 different lots from 2 different people. But even if conservatively we say no, it was all from the same person, then it has changed from their hands to his hands and from his hands to mine And he had it for a good little while, so these guys deserve to all look, they deserve to all look like an army now. And they haven't. And that's okay. They've just been waiting a really long time. I do feel slightly bad, for taking them away from Tyler, who could have actually led them to a tournament victory. He could have actually been good with them. Instead, they will come to me, who, let's just say I don't play the 40K so great. I'm trying, guys, but there's like a lot of rules. They're not from a previous edition. They are veterans. Okay. I may ask you some follow-up questions on that. Is veterans, are those just like a different unit? Or, like, explain to me how that works. Like, I'm dumb. Cause I could use some help. Oh shit! We don't have my little talkie guy! What happened to my little talkie guy? Why is he not here? That's not the right one. How is he not here? Bro, I can't believe no one brought up the fact that my little talkie guy is gone. I need to find him. How did I not notice that? I've been doing this stream for 20 minutes. More than 20 minutes. I don't remember what the fucking software is called. Shit. I'm gonna find him. Hang on. Hang on. Did it go? Yeah. We're gonna take a moment here. Cause I paid for this. Dang it. I arranged this so that there would be a little guy talking when I talk. Now he's not there. What's the name of the freaking app? Let's see if I can get that up there. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Can load that. There we go. Yeah. Alright, and yep, there he is. There he is! There's the boy! We missed him. We love him. We're happy he's back. We're gonna change the background to pink, because that is the correct color. And then there. Yep. How did nobody notice that the boy was gone? How did I not notice that the boy was gone? That is a moral failing on my part. And frankly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So much AoE, so much nerf. Veterans are basically more powerful basic units. Imperial Guard have them too. You never noticed that the talkie guy was missing. That's okay. I'm working on getting a setup where he's more prominently featured. Like my friend is I commissioned them to do a new and better stream layout for me. So that's gonna, obviously that takes time to do. But that's coming soon. And then we won't have Starboy taking up a considerable portion of where I tend to put my hands to do the hobbying. But yeah, he's back now. He's here. Almost an hour later, I remembered that I have this little guy. No, I didn't turn him off, Cam. I just forgot. I must have minimized the window last time when I finished streaming, and usually I just pull up my setup and hit the make it happen button, the go box. I hit the start streaming, and I didn't notice. But he's here. He's back. Bonus content for people who have been watching this for an hour. I remembered that I have an avatar that I can use. When the world needed him most, he vanished. An hour later, he appeared because Fives remembered that they had this to use. Yeah. It's gonna look better soon. This layout is fine, and it was very nicely made for me by Earhawks Minis, who was helping me figure out how to even stream off YouTube. So I appreciate that. But yes, absolutely, my stream setup could be better. I think I now kind of know what I want as a layout, so that's helpful, as opposed to being just like, yeah, that's probably fine. I don't know what I need. Because I'm also going to find a way to get the live chat going on the screen. That way you can see your little messages pop up. I don't know why, but for me personally, it's always really exciting when that comes up on stream. So I need to do that, but I'm one person, and I'm frankly lazy as fuck sometimes. So I don't always want to troubleshoot problems in my free time. I'll be real with you. That is the thing. Sadly, content creation doesn't pay me a living yet. I have a nice little income from Patreon, which I'm fucking thrilled about. Like, that's amazing, but it's definitely not like a I can go part-time at my job or anything like it. We're not there yet. We're not close to that. So yeah, sometimes I'm just lazy and I don't do things for the good of the channel because I want to watch TV or scroll on the internet or bake brownies or something. I have other interests. Sometimes I have other interests. Most of the time it's just painting miniatures. Or, I have a Blood Bowl game to go to. Like, sometimes I actually do go and I play the games that I paint miniatures for. That's always exciting. I should probably finish painting my Blood Bowl team before I take them to Gen Con. That's an idea. That's a thing that you could do, Fives. Another idea is that I could make an entire fast food themed Blood Bowl stadium for my fast food themed Blood Bowl team. But I definitely don't have the time or resources to get that done in time for Gen Con. I've just kind of been enjoying the fact that I have motivation to fix these Tau. Like, that was a really big, intimidating project, but ever since I started calling it Tau Hospital and later rebranding to Tau Test Kitchen, it's been easier to tackle. Pretty much just because I get to have an excuse to spend time with everybody here. I mean, you can see the amount of Tau on my desk. This is not all of the Tau that I have. I have a lot of Tau. And, yeah. So, it's just nice to have some extra help, I guess, in getting this accomplished. Just by you guys hanging around, helping me name Tau. I should really write butterscotch on the bottom of his base so I don't forget, but I don't think I have a pen on hand. I could try and paint it on there. Hang on. Let's see how we do. This is not the kind of paintbrush. I don't know why I said butterscotch when I mean Butterfingers, but this is not. Oh, this is not going to be good. We're gonna do 2 words. We're gonna be smart. This way I'll at least remember. I think I'm painting this completely off camera, which is the best way for you to see what I'm doing. But I did paint Butterfingers on his base. Yep, I did 100% paint that off camera. Sorry, it was small details, and I needed to kind of get it right. But at least that's painted on the bottom, so I will have some memory that we did name this one. And I will now lay him on his side so that it can dry and not rub right off. What the fuck was I doing before? I was painting this guy. Soon? You have faith? What do you have, faith that, that about? I lost my train of thought there, OrcDoc. Can you refresh my memory about what I was saying? I would appreciate that. Sorry. Sorry, I missed that one. Are you telling me 50 some odd dollars a month isn't enough to have a living wage in America? Yeah, no, it is not. It is unfortunately not. I would need to get to the point where I'd be making about like $2,000 a month off Patreon and YouTube to do this as a full-time thing. So that'd be the dream. But we're a ways away from that, which is completely and totally reasonable. Like, that makes sense. I'm not mad or surprised or disappointed about it. Channels have to take time to grow. People have to find content. I have to continue making stuff that people want to see and improving the quality of my videos and my content. That's just natural growth. I'm not expecting my channel to be anything huge. All of a sudden, growth over time is natural. It makes sense. That's the way it's done. However, we are pretty close to 1,000 subscribers. So, if you guys are not subscribed, it would be, like, pretty cool if you did, because I'm gonna be really psyched when we hit 1,000 subscribers. And I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do to celebrate, but I'll do something. I don't know what you guys want to see as, like, a celebratory, hey, we hit 1,000 subs kind of thing. But I was thinking of doing a stream of some sort, maybe, like, a longer one, or like a project that you guys are really into, like something that's more special than just How Test Kitchen. We can find something to do. Oh, and that's very sweet. I'm glad that you believe in me. I'm working on trying to believe in myself for these kind of things too. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen with this channel or where it's gonna go, where my YouTube and hobby journey takes me. But I'm excited to be on the ride with so many great people and to have the support of my peers and people like you. It's very exciting. Nowhere to go really but up. And hopefully I don't say anything too problematic and get canceled. The fast food stadium will be the one that goes viral. I mean, I feel like if Clown Gobbos didn't go viral, then it's gonna be hard to beat that. That one's doing pretty good in terms of my videos. These streams always make you hungry. You thought about a Thanksgiving themed army? Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I'm hoping for a good experience. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna happen eventually that I'm gonna get my first nasty comment. But something I truly can't believe happened is that, for all those clown gobbos, and as much as I talk about being non-binary and a member of the LGBTQ plus community and everything like that, I've not gotten one transphobic comment yet. I haven't gotten one homophobic comment yet. I know it's unfortunate that in the inevitability of things, that is going to happen at some point if this channel grows enough, because that's just the way of things. But I've had this channel for more than a year, and not one person has bothered to say something hateful. I think there's something to be said about that. That is an occasion to be marked. Not everybody is fortunate enough to have had that happen. For videos tagged with Warhammer about painting orcs and Tau and everything else, I just have to take it to mean that the hobby is changing for the better and for the more welcoming, because I don't think, like, I could have easily been chased out and discouraged at the start of things, if I had gotten a lot of mean and nasty comments, because honestly, I don't have the thickest skin in the world. I'm a sensitive person. It's just how I am. I can't help it. But yeah, this channel I've had for over a year now. Not a single person has been mean to me on it. I haven't even gotten Tau hate. No one's even been like, oh, you play Tau. Like, even my friends who are like, LOL, you spend like tons of money on Warhammer. And they know some things about Warhammer, but not really. They only call me a weeb for liking anime and talking about anime. They have not called me a weeb for playing Tau. Like, I feel like I should be at least getting some Tau hate. But nope, so far everybody's just been like, Tau are pretty cool. So, yeah. Maybe it's because they got that big-ass boost to their rules, like, a little while ago, and then they were doing really good, and everybody was like, oh shit, we maybe should stop talking shit about the Tau. That people actually stop talking shit about the Tau. But I don't know for a fact that that's the case. Let's see, we've painted 2, 4, 6, 7 Tau out of 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26 Tau. That feels like a really weird-ass number to have. I feel like it should either be 30 or 20, which probably means there's some random Tau sitting in my display cabinet that I just didn't grab for whatever reason, which is fairly possible. But yeah. We've got a ways to go. Croutons for the salad. Oh my god. There's always, unfortunately, going to be loud bigots about stuff, and they're not going to want people like me in the hobby. But, like, you know, that's dumb. I'm sorry, but sometimes people are just wrong. I'm not hurting anyone by painting key lime pie Tau and talking about acceptance in the hobby. That doesn't impact another person's enjoyment of the hobby in any way. They can simply choose not to engage with my content. And now, like, I got a couple people who would back me up about that. So, you know, I don't feel, for a person like me who doesn't necessarily have a whole shitload of self-confidence, I at least know that if I was being bullied by someone for trying to be welcoming in this hobby, I would not be standing there alone. I would not be without friends. And if you're being bullied in this hobby, I would stand by you as well. And I would be like, listen, we're all here to play our little games with our little people, There's no reason that we can't have someone with female space marines. There's no reason we can't expect Z, Zem, Zir pronouns at the table. Maybe you've never used them before. I've also never fought against Sylvaneth before. So we can all learn how to do something new today and get along. We're just here to all play our stupid little make-believe games on the fantasy playground. Why are you gatekeeping that? It doesn't make any sense. Fiverr counts live on stream. Hey, I have dyscalculia, so that's a skill for me. Hobby is for everyone. Yep. That is correct, Zeke. That is correct. Oh, if it impacts your enjoyment positively, I mean, I didn't consider impact in like a good way, but I guess that's fine. I can leave a positive impact, as they say. Yeah, I'll take that. Key lime pie Tau only grow the hobby. We hope. I want to learn how to play these Tau, and like, you know, not everybody, but people who are frequent viewers have heard me say that I'm not going to buy a Khorne army. I want to buy a Khorne army, guys. I want to buy the, like, most optimized, like, people call them just, like, sweaty lists, like, the best possible things that you can take. I want that. I want that with Khorne. I want to paint them up dumb, and I want to fucking tear up tournaments and actually know all the rules and shit. I don't know if it's in me to actually remember all the rules and shit, though. But, like, I could knuckle down. I could try and study some Warhammer. I would love to make an impact on the competitive circuit. And, like, win or place at a tournament where they have to do an article with photos of the minis. And it will be, like, Fiverr and their Fiverr last name and their Mothman-themed army has placed 5th in this tournament. Here's a photo of these little weirdos. And then I can be like, look, I did the real Warhammer. But I don't know that that's ever going to happen. I think it would be funny if it did, though. I think it would be funny if it did. And it's not like I can't get there someday. I mean, I don't know the rules too great right now at the moment, but there's nothing that's stopping me from learning how to play Warhammer really strategically eventually. I could get there. It is doable. It is something I could figure out and do if I wanted to. And I might want to. I just don't know yet. I'm not committing to anything, so don't be expecting nothing. Do they have Warhammer coaches, OrcDoc? Is that really a thing? Maybe the real Warhammer was the friends we killed along the way. My friend Adam has already suggested candy corn, and while the pun is great, I absolutely abhor the taste of candy corn, and I don't like the aesthetic, so I will not be making a candy corn themed Khorne army. I'm so sorry. I know the joke writes itself, but I just don't want to make it. It's just not for me. I'm so sorry. Aw, man, I'm glad they inspired you, Zeke. I hope you do paint an army with a silly color scheme. It's a lot more fun than you might initially realize. And, like, sure, there are frustrating points in time where you're sitting there staring at your model, and you're like, why doesn't the part that's supposed to be a cookie look like a cookie? Or why can't I paint convincing waffle cone stripes yet? But, but you get there in the end. Oh, yeah. that's fair. There are video game coaches, so why not Warhammer? Absolutely. I'm sure. The more I think about it, the more I'm confident that that exists out there. Listen, I think that first I should like actually read the rules and understand how they work. Hi Andy, welcome to the stream. Could do like corn syrup. My color scheme idea for a corn army is actually not candy themed, which I know goes against the entire branding of my channel. It is, however, Neopets themed, and I don't know if it would actually work. I have only one corn model that I own currently to test on. I have Skull Taker. I really wish I had some bloodletters to test out different schemes on, but I would be trying to do a convincing Darrigan Citadel from Neopets.com themed corn army. Yes, please do. If you paint a silly army, I like silly army more so than meme army. Because a lot of people have been calling the clown army a meme army, and I'm like, it's not a meme though. They're very seriously and sincerely a Warhammer army that I would take to a game and use if I had enough infantry, which I don't because they're in blocks of 20 and that just didn't come together, which is fine. It's fine. But like, none of my armies are painted as a joke. So the concept of calling them a meme army confuses me slightly. Like, I get that I didn't paint them in the official color scheme, but I did work very hard on them, and they're not just for a giggle. This is just legitimately how I paint. So I wouldn't say that the term pisses me off, but, like, it does confuse me slightly. Hi, Hector. Have you decided to chime in? For those uninitiated, Hector Barbosa is my cat. One of 3. Do you want to be on stream, Hector? You want to be on camera? There's the boy! Hello, my sweet prince. Do you want some attention? Hi, buddy. What can I do for you? What can I help you with? What is it, sweet prince? Do you just want to say hi to everybody? Is that all? Do you just want some scritches? Some attention? Yeah? 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 Alright. Why don't you go run along and play? I'm still painting, buddy. I'm still painting. Okay? Is that okay? No? You still need more pets? He needs some pets. Have a good night, Orc Doc. Thanks for livening it up in here. It's always fun having you. Yes! Squig Bee definitely counts. Would the goblins wear beekeeper outfits? That would be adorable. Sweet Boy interlude, yeah. I think Sweet Boy needs me to get him more water for his water bowl. So we're gonna take a quick break, and then be right back. We're gonna take a commercial break. I really need to make like a sign. Hang on. Can I do this? Do I have a pen? Do I have anything? Do I have anything useful? I need to get a pen so I can write commercial break. Wait, I could probably paint break. Hang on. Hang on. I have an envelope. I have a moment. That way people will know that we're on break. It'll look shitty as hell, though, so hang on. You'd think with all this calligraphy I'd been doing, I could paint letters good, but I cannot. I know, buddy. It'll just be a moment, okay? I'm gonna let the nice people know that I'm going to break with this elegant sign. Ready for that? Ooh, classy. I don't even know if it's on camera. Break. Yep, there it is. Your Patreon dollars at work, friends, as this is written on the back of an envelope that I found. All right, I'm going to go get Sweet Boy some water, and probably make myself a cup of tea. You all go get yourself a cup of tea, and we will be right back. Hello, friends. Am I back? Are we back? I think we're back. Starboy is staring into your soul. Oh, dear. I forgot to close my paint. Yep. That tracks. Let's see. Is everything working? Pulling that up. Yep, Starboy's working. Okay. We're back. Excellent. I will make a better break sign. I can do that. That is something that I can achieve. As you can see, I've got my cup of tea in my Moomin mug. This is the Invisible Child mug. This is my favorite one that I've purchased. If I was a bad person, which I try not to be, I would be using all of your Patreon dollars to buy Moomin merchandise. Because it's cute and it fills me with joy. However, I have not done that. As tempting as the collection, releasing in August is, I am a good, responsible person, and I will use my own private income from my shitty job to purchase that. Okay. Understandable, yeah. No, we will get a better sign. We will get a better sign. Little frog. Sweet little frog on a lily pad. We will get a better sign. My tea is way too fucking hot to drink right now, so I have to let it cool down. I'm also terrified that I'm going to knock it on the ground, so I will place it just to the side, out of your sight. That is not because I want to deprive you the knowledge that I have a warm cup of tea, but because I want to deprive me of accidentally burning myself, which would be bad. What projects are you guys working on? I don't know if I asked that recently, so I definitely could have missed some information about some of your projects. If you are working on something, tell me what it is, so I can know what's being painted alongside here. Some people do that immediately when they come in, which is always helpful, but I'd love to know what you guys are working on. Helps me come up with ideas of what to ramble about during these awkward silences where really what I want to do is drink my cup of tea, but I have to wait for it to cool down or else it'll burn my tongue, and then I'll swear even more than I usually do. You'll note that in my actual videos, I don't swear. I'm like, ooh, this instructional video needs to be possibly child-friendly. Not that my content is made for children. But then I get on stream, and I'm just like, dropping F-bombs. That's okay. I'm estranged from my family. My mother doesn't watch these videos. Can't ground me now, Mom. Aw, yeah, F-bombs. Look who showed up. Fucking Ghost Bear in the house. What up, man? What are you working on? Which X-Men are you painting? How is your life? Currently, you're playing Ark, but a project you're working on the moment. It's a cross-stitch of a little frog in a mushroom hat. My heart. That's so cute. You better send me a photo of that. That sounds like the sweetest, most innocent little frog ever. You cross-stitch? That's so cool. I love cross-stitch, but I don't have the patience for it. Which is hilarious considering I have the patience to paint a bunch of tiny checkers onto something. But cross-stitch does involve counting, and I fucking can't do it. Cam, you are sorting some new Legos. That is fun. What kind of Legos are they? I saw a Lego kit that I wanted a little while ago because it was a Star Wars The Clone Wars Lego kit, and I wanted it for the Tiny Fives that was inside of it. I feel entitled to him, given my name. You're working on a Neon Lance of Battle Mech for the Reddit challenge. What is the Reddit challenge? Also, Battle Mech seems cool. That seems kind of Tau adjacent. I constantly have to remind myself that the Tau are not little robot men. They're little alien men in suits. Well, men, women, others. Neither. Little friends. They're little friends. He has a snail friend, too. Oh my goodness, that's so wholesome. Parental advisory advised. I like that. That would be a great new tagline for me. You're still cleaning up those Dungeon and Lasers tiles. That's fair. That's fair. Little alien beings. Yep. That's what they are. Ghost Bear, you are working on an Axeman. I don't know if you're just making a joke about an X-Men or if you're legitimately painting a man with an axe, but either way, that works. Oh no, you are painting a man with an axe, aren't you? Because that's who Sklag, whoever that... No, you're painting Heimdall. You're painting Mr. Bifrost. I remember you posted about it. I painted you on accident. Oh no. That's okay. We're gonna paint over his helmet. I don't know why I'm trying to get this off. This is dried paint. That's fine. I did not realize I was painting him by accident. I gotta clear the runway of me wreaking havoc on these poor guys. Andy, you are trying to work up the moxie to make resin copies of some Crisis suits and some 1-220 Gundam kits for Gundam Tau. But once you do, bro, just do it. Like, honestly, what's the worst that can happen? What is the absolute worst that can happen if you make resin copies of them? The resin copies don't turn out great. Okay, that's fine. You learn something, you try again next time. The best that can happen is they turn out great, and then you have cool little guys. The Legos are just part of a classics set, so it's just a bunch of random bricks. Okay, that's fair. Did you used to chew on Legos as a kid? I don't know if anyone else did that. I chewed on so many fucking Legos. I remember the taste of what a Lego feels like to chew. I don't know why I did that as a child, but man, I sure nommed a ton of those Legos. There's a neon yellow, pink, and green challenge for the week. It's totally my jam. That's totally my jam. Look at the colors of Starboy. Pink, yellow, and green are like my favorite colors to work with. I actively have to try and keep myself from painting more armies in pink, yellow, and green. It seems to always be what I gravitate towards. I kept pink out of the key lime pie scheme, and green was kind of a requirement, but some yellow did make its way into there. Chewed many a Lego, including the minifig spears. Polly Pocket clothes were very chewable. That is correct. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they were. Absolutely. Z's got it just right. They are extremely chewable. One of us. That's why you're here. Inspiration. That makes sense. I can show you some of the stuff that I've painted in green, pink, and yellow. We can take a segue and pull out some orcs that I've painted. I don't think that's a crime. Hello, Rothinian Fairmoon. Name that I love to read. It sounds so cool. We're gonna do a brief orc showcase because those are the colors for that army that I picked. My ice cream themed 40k orc army. You want some inspiration? I can give you some inspiration. These are actually probably a really good one to demonstrate with. Ugh. These are some of my favorite models that I painted. Just grabbing some of them at random. But, so these Killicans were a blast to paint. Gonna rearrange things slightly here. They're named after different things that you can buy in cans. So this one is Spam. Now, I didn't quite go neon, I went pastel, but the color balancing will still work. I find it really helpful to get a neutral in there, so you'll see that I used quite a bit of brown. But basically, I would pick one color as the main, and then use the other two for accents. And then anywhere that I didn't think an accent color would work, went in with a neutral. Now, please keep in mind, this is one of the first armies that I did and one of the first models that I painted. So he's not up to my current standard, but yeah. So that's the one that I did yellow as the primary color. And then this is peaches, like canned peaches, which I eat quite a lot of. And this one has green as the primary color, then yellow and pink and brown. The idea with this army is that these orcs crash landed on an ice planet that had a giant ice cream factory, so they just happened to build all of their weaponry and stuff like that from the abandoned ice cream factory. And since orcs kind of grow out of mushrooms and stuff, these ones were mushrooms planted near sugarcane, so they came out just a little bit sweeter than regular orcs, which is why they're buddies with the goblins. And they don't enslave them, because that makes me kind of uncomfortable. So for my army, that's not what happens. And this is Applesauce. Don't tell the others, but he is my favorite of the Killicans. I gave him a little clown nose. He has a funny little drill. He's got little teeth and a funny jaw. And pink, obviously, is the main color. I added these little shields. And he's kind of like got a jazzy little, ooh, I'm stepping, I'm walking pose. I would counterbalance that and pretty poorly and fall over, but, you know, it looks good on a model. He's got little rockets, too, which are fun. And then, like, this is one of the orcs that I painted. This is, like, the orc that I was most proud of painting. I don't know why I named him, I named him Masha, because I thought it kind of sounded like masher, like he was a mashed potato. I don't really understand. Did I just lose the camera? I think I might have lost battery. Nope. Nope, my phone just locked. We're good! But yeah, he's mainly yellow, with pink and green accents, and lots of sprinkles on his base, because he's a special boy. And the last one I pulled out for you is, this is the first Kit Bash This is one of the first kit bashes I ever did. This is the leader of the army. He's a weird boy, but I hate the weird boy model. So I gave him a head swap. I replaced his scepter with a whisk. Gave him a little piping bag for icing. He's standing on a plate of pancakes. That's just a base with some fake whipped cream on it. He's got a little apron that I sculpted. Like, obviously not the best sculpting job in the world or anything, but yeah. Those are some of my 40K orcs that have a pink, yellow, and green scheme. Hopefully that was some source of inspiration. I'm not sure if that was helpful or if that was just an excuse for me to show off models, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh no, I'm putting them back in the case and some of them are falling over. Falling over. That's okay. We got them all in there. We got them all in there. One day I'm gonna shoot like some proper army showcases and stuff like that. I think that would be fun to put up on the channel. Yeah, those are just some of the lads. I'm glad you like the army. I'm really proud of them. They're a project I'm very passionate about. I just kind of, you know, I painted all of my Orc 40K models, so until I buy more, I don't have to work on them right now. So yeah, I mean, inevitably I want like other dessert-themed enemies for them to fight and stuff like that. So having key lime pie-themed Tau as an adversary makes sense. I love making up little lore and little stories and junk, just because I have fun with it. I don't know. They're my war dollies. I can do whatever I want with them. But yeah, the first time I showed up to play 40K, someone was like, you are not a man, and you are playing orcs? That's weird. Also, why are they pink? And I was like, that's not friendly vibes. So, my personal experience with my local 40K scene hasn't been super great. I'm hoping that maybe I'll feel more confident after painting these Tau, and I can get into playing some 40K, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping. I am hopeful, but we'll see what it's like when I actually go. Hopefully good, you know? You never know. It's been, I think it's been literal, I need to paint his gun. I think it's been literal years since I showed up to play 40K with that group, and it could have changed over time, so we'll find out. Andy, I can't remember. Are you with us on Discord? Have you joined us? Because if not, you should. I'd love to see some of your work. I always love seeing what people who join us in the chat end up doing, and we have a whole channel for that. Also, sometimes people make funny jokes, and there's some really great memes. Lots of people have cats and post cat pictures. At the mere mention of cats, look who came over to join us. Mr. Catitude himself. It's Achilles. Hi, buddy. Are you clicking at me? Are you clicking at me? Hello, sweetums. Hello. Do you want to say hi to the people? Want to say hi? You want to show them your beautiful face? Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Achilles only has one eye. Yeah. He's very special. Oh my goodness. Such a special boy. Such a special, lovely, beautiful young man who likes to bite everything, including my miniatures. Some of these Tau have been in Achilles' mouth. You are! You have Cinco and Frankie! Yes! Dude, Frankie is such an aptly named cat. Like, you posted a photo of him and said, "This is my cat, Frankie," and I'm like, yeah, it fucking is Frankie the cat. That is his name, 100%. Like, that cat was meant to be named Frankie. And frankly, I adore him. I adore him. Yeah, that's the true purpose of me directing people to the Discord. It is just a scam so that I can see your cats. I want to see photos of everybody's pets, but especially if they are cats. Or like a chinchilla. Maybe a gecko if you have one. I take a snake, an opossum, weird shit like that. Like, I will say that your dog is cute. I'm not a dog person, so I don't know all the different breeds and stuff like that. But yeah, if you have cat photos to share, like, I want them. I want them all. Give me the cat photos, please. If you can't make your own serotonin, networked cat photos are fine. You wonder if Tau or Legos have better mouthfeel? I don't know. I'd have to be like 5 years old to test that out, you know? I don't think I don't think chewing on Polly Pocket clothing would feel the same at 20 some odd years. I almost said what age am I allowed to say what age I am on the internet? I can't remember if that's info that I'm supposed to protect or not. Probably. At 20 some odd years, I don't know that chewing Polly Pocket clothing would feel the same way that it did when I was 5. I tend to feel that probably no, it would not. If you chew on things as an adult, that's legitimate. I have grown out of it, unfortunately or fortunately. I do worry about choking hazards now, which I think makes me more of an adult than I ever would have been at 5. You have 5 chinchillas? Why the fuck didn't you say so, Andy? 5 chinchillas. Jesus Christ. Oh, so you guys get the cool version of me. I hope you know that. Because, like, I have cool, fun facts about myself. I have fun stories to tell, you know? I feel like I'm generally a pretty charismatic person. But I am not out as non-binary at my place of work. We're working on that because I'm getting a legal name change, so they gon' find out. But, like, we had new people join our team, so our manager was like, tell us a fun fact about yourself. Now, I have a million fun facts about myself. I have so many fun stories that I could have said. I could have talked about, the opossum that my friends found the other week that I got to name Personal Pan Pizza. I could talk about my one-eyed cat. I could talk about the fact that I paint Warhammer miniatures to look like candy. I could talk about anything, literally anything, and make it sound interesting. But when I have to play straight, do you guys want to know what my fucking fun fact was about myself? Out of all the things that I could have said, my fun fact was, hi, I am Dead Name and I like Arizona green tea. That's a fact. I wouldn't say that it's fun. I am way more boring when I am pretending to be straight. That's all I can say. You guys get the real me. You guys get the full unhinged version. It ain't easy out there. It ain't easy. There's so much more to me than just my love of Arizona green tea. But, like, I do also love Arizona green tea. I didn't even say it passionately. Just, I like Arizona green tea. You're not wrong. Arizona green tea does rock. I just have better, more interesting facts. It felt very much like a safe, fun fact to say. Like, no one was gonna disagree with me or my identity if I was just that person who all they could think to say about themselves was that they liked Arizona green tea. You know? But that's pretty boring. This Tau army, there was a thought to do them Arizona green tea themed. I couldn't quite get the colors right. And I didn't like the scheme when I painted it. So I don't think this army is going to be the right one for Arizona green tea themed. Plus, everybody was telling me that Tabletop Time did like a Sakura Tau theme. And that it would look really similar. And like, that's cool. I checked it out. Very nice looking army. But I didn't want people to be like, you have merely copied the idea of someone else. Like, sir, I promise you, the inspiration was completely different. They just both happen to have cherry blossoms. You live with 2 horses, 2 cats, and the neighbor's dogs are free to visit. That must be a lot of space that you have. You can't keep horses, just anywhere. They might need some room to frolic. Fun fact, actual fun fact, I am terrified of horses. Their long faces kind of creep me out. I did not grow up around horses. Everybody's like, oh, they're just sweet, dumb little himbos. They couldn't possibly hurt you. Like, they're great. They're fine. They're very tall. Their hooves could crush me. Sometimes I look into their eyes and I see nothing but the depths of a scary hell that I don't want to experience. So I'm very afraid of horses. I wouldn't say deathly afraid, but it's up there as a fear. For sure. Arizona green Tyranids. That's a really fucking good pun. That is a solid joke. Cheers to you. You deserve a sip of this tea. It's not very good, because I'm still not very great at brewing tea, but it is acceptable. I'll even let you drink out of the Snufkin mug, as he is the coolest Moomin character. Anyone who watched the Moomins will not argue that point. He is hands down the coolest. He doesn't have to be everybody's favorite, but everybody will agree that he is cool. There we go. There's another one. I knew I would just spend this entire time painting Kislev flesh on things. We knew this when we started out 5s. You're not gonna finish all of them tonight. Green Tyranids need to exist. Hey, you got a paintbrush. You've got a challenge. Could do neon Tyranids. I think you said you were doing something else though. Sorry, I don't quite remember. I tried, but this brain of mine, it ain't no steel trap up here. We all have our shortcomings. Mine is apparently numbers and remembering what someone typed to me 40 minutes ago. If that. But we can be generous and say it was 40 minutes. We can be generous to me. I think that's a fair ask. Don't deny me that. Not now. My time of need. Need's a strong word. My time of desire to not be wrong. I wanted to make a joke the other day that was so niche, I knew that I would be the only person to get it. And I started typing it and then realized the explanation that I would have to make for it would be way longer and less funny than the joke. So I just need to wait until I found someone who has both read Scum Villain's Self-Saving System and either read a portion of or all of the first Vampire Hunter D novel, and or has watched Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. That will be the next quest that I am on, for someone who can get the very obscure but incredibly funny joke that I want to, well, it's probably not incredibly funny as a stretch. The joke that I want to make, which is niche to the point of not even being like a joke worth making. Someday, I will find a person who has experienced those two pieces of media. And that will be a very exciting day for me, because I will be able to say, like, a single sentence, and then get a chuckle, and then I'll be like, I've been waiting for that to happen for, like, 3 months, and they'll be like, really? And I'll be like, yeah, I just don't have a lot going on the old social calendar, man. This is what I got. Time has no meaning when you're painting. It often becomes dawn before I know. Before you know it when you paint. I don't quite have that. Unfortunately, one of the things that I wasn't able to get rid of from my parents' influence is scoliosis from my mother, which is like a curving of the spine. And I'm not sure that I have it severely or anything, but after a couple hours of sitting in any position that is not with my back against a chair and or surface, I will not be able to do so anymore. So, yeah. Sadly, that is just, something that keeps me from comfortably remaining in the same position for a while. I do have stuff that can help, though. Like, I got back stuff, but it's not worth it for when I'm just going to be painting for a couple of hours. If I was painting for a longer period of time, we'd do it. But I don't think I could paint until the sun came up and not realize it. I'd have some sense of the time passing. Oh, sorry, the camera glitched for a second there. I think we got rid of that, though. I'm hoping we got rid of that. Every now and again, YouTube's just like, nah, we don't want to give you the bandwidth that you need. We don't want to make your stream a thing that people can watch. Probably won't go for too much longer, though. Sadly, I do have the employment that occasionally I'm supposed to, like, you know, do 9 to 5 every day until I die. I was trying to get through like half of these Tau. I'll have to count them up when I'm done for the night and see if I actually made it through half. I'm optimistic, and we've got some new viewers who tuned in, which is exciting. I don't quite understand how this gets recommended and spread to people. That's something I do not understand about YouTube and probably should, like, research or some shit, but I just like kind of being like, the Eldritch Being has told you that the algorithm has said, watch these Tau, and you were like, yeah, I got nothing better to do. That's how I imagine it works anyway. I think it's a sound enough theory. And while I don't have a consistent stream schedule, I do stream, like, at least once a week at basically the same time, just always on a different day, depending on whether I am in the mood to or not. It's like a cafe or a bookshop that is never open at the same hours, but is always sometimes sort of open. I think they made a joke like that in Good Omens, but I haven't seen Good Omens, so I can't say for sure if it was from that or if it was from something else. I wish I could remember. It seems like kind of a Terry Pratchett thing to do, but it might not be Terry, and I don't want to miscredit someone as Terry Pratchett, because he was, like, really cool. I do watch Hogfather every year, come Yuletide. It's a really good film. You are here on account of knowing me IRL, Cam. That is true, and it is appreciated. I think it's very cool that both people I don't know on the internet and people I have met in real life are like, yeah, we think you're cool enough to spend some time listening to your stream or watching your content. Like, you know, sometimes your friends make projects, or like your friends in a band, or they make a film or something, and like just because they're a friend, you have to like kind of go and see it. Or go and watch it, or whatever. But Cam, you have consistently come back, so you're not just like, this is my friend's kind of shitty band. Like, you're like, I legitimately enjoy whatever is going on here. So that means a lot. I haven't seen Good Omens. Unfortunately, that's an Amazon show, and I just can't with Bezos, so that one's not it for me. Let's not get oh, Ghost Bear. Yeah, ruffian. My silly little pie mechs. Yeah. They're coming along. They're gonna be great. I'm really proud of them. I feel like a real hobbyist. I mean, not that I wasn't a real hobbyist before, but there's something to fixing up an old army that's a different hobby experience from buying an army, like just in the boxes. Maybe it's because I didn't have to actually assemble all of these miniatures that I feel so lovingly towards them. But it feels kind of neat that there's a little bit of a legacy to this army, and I intend to make a little bit of a video about them. Talking about how that feels special and different. But I have to actually figure out what I'm trying to say first before I say it. So it's not just me rambling for 20 minutes. I've been doing better with video times. They're not as long as they used to be. I struggle with that. You know, you want to hit that 10-15 minute mark that people can watch on their 15-minute breaks. That's what I aim for. I want to be a coffee break channel in terms of the length of my videos. They often are too long, but that's fine. You know, you do what you can. Sometimes you just get to talking about animation and you can't shut up about it, so it's all good. Me and my Blood Bowl squad were talking about like what they considered to be the best cartoon, and to be fair, they didn't have a very defined rubric for what they were considering best. Someone hypothesized that SpongeBob was the best cartoon because of the lasting cultural impact and quotability and memeability of SpongeBob. And I was foaming at the mouth because I was like, I do have a degree in media arts and animation, and I think you are incorrect. So I've been thinking about it for like a while as to what I would consider from my kind of childhood era to have been the best or most influential cartoon. Not necessarily like, because like I without a defined rubric, it's hard to say, but they just said best. And I'm trying to look at this from like a top-down kind of universal perspective. The conclusion that I've come to, which I don't even know if I agree with yet, but it's just what I think on this day at this particular point in time. But I feel like Avatar: The Last Airbender is a really strong pick for best cartoon, because you can argue it from a storytelling perspective. You can argue it that for the time, some really high quality children's animation. You can argue it from a writing perspective, from a character design perspective, and certainly from a lasting cultural impact perspective, because a lot of people's first brush with anime was going to be something like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know if it's quite as memeable as SpongeBob, if we're talking that is a rubric grade that I also have to consider. But I feel like I can make a pretty educated case for Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is not even like my favorite cartoon from childhood. But if I had to argue best, just like sourceless, rubricless best, I feel like that's one I could do the thesis statement and essay on. You have a Coca-Cola Tao scheme? I want to see that. Rothian Fairmoon, I think you've joined us on Discord. I feel 75% confident that I've seen you there. Please do post in like that. There's a channel that's like stuff we talk about on stream. I would really love to see your Coca-Cola Tao. I think that would be cool as hell. Also, they can definitely be friends with my key lime pie Tao, and they can Tao things. Yeah, you could tell I was holding my tongue. I try to. Like, when people get me riled up about things like Marvel movies or stuff like that, like, I used to be really passionate about being perceived to be correct, because I did have a lot to say about the subject, and I thought it was important to be right. But with media and favorites, I have come to learn it is less important to be right. And while it's nice to be able to have a position to defend, it's also nice to just let people enjoy the things that they enjoy. If their taste is Achilles, you're ruining my speech by knocking the controller off the back of the couch. I was on a roll. What do you have to say for yourself? He says nothing. He claims innocence. He pleads the fifth. This boy doesn't say anything. You stop the ambiance. I know, you just want to watch TV with me. You want to snuggle on the couch. I get it. But I'm not done yet. I'm almost done. It's almost 10 o'clock. What was I saying? Oh, it's less important to be right and more important to just let people enjoy things. I love watching video essays about the stuff that I enjoy or the stuff that I think is bad. And at some point I would love to make my own video essays on the subject. But most of the time when people are telling you what their favorite thing is, if you turn around and be like, actually that thing is shit, that is not a fun discussion to have. That is not a good way to make friends. And that's something that I had to learn. Like, surprisingly, when people tell me that Warhammer is kind of dumb, I'm like, yeah, it is, but I also love it. So, you know, sometimes we don't have to talk about how crap GW is as a company. Sometimes we can just be like, fuck yeah, Tau are cool, man. Tau are cool. Anyways, I think that's a good note to end on. Let's see how we did. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 that we got base coded. And that leaves 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 that we didn't. So we base coded, we made progress. We have more painted Tau now, more slightly base coded Tau than unbase coded Tau. That's a visual representation for those of you who don't like counting like me. But that is where I'm gonna end the stream for now. Please feel free to join us on Discord. Like I said, I'll post the link one more time for anybody who might be lurking. If you want to show me what you painted or anything like that, I would be fucking jazzed to see it, honestly. I can't wait to see those Coca-Cola Tau and the bee squig and the chinchillas. Chinchillas? Are you fucking kidding me? That's awesome. But yeah, that's it for now. I will stream again soon, and we will make some more progress on these Tau. And I will have a better commercial break sign. That is a vow that I can keep. Next time you see me, whew, that's gonna be one fancy sign. But until then, just be kind to each other, and I'll see you in the next one.